Hello everybody, my name's Atley. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to SnowRunner hard mode playthrough. We are in Tamir at the moment. Why on earth are we in the Tamir Drownedlands garage? Because I'm going to buy a truck. So first of all, thank you very much to Misha for pointing out in comments that my cell bug that I've been raging about, or well, grumbling about maybe, since update 7 isn't quite what I expected. So I'm convinced that this stored page used to show the price you would get, not the value of the truck. But you can see there that this Caterpillar forklift truck or telehandler is a 126,000 price there, which is what it would cost to buy one. And I'm sure that used to show the 50% price on this screen. But the most important thing is that when you try to sell it, it gives you the correct price. And I've never actually tried to sell one because I just assumed that bug. So I may have been just misunderstanding this the whole time. But I haven't been desperate for cash. It's not a big deal. But I am going to sell this now. And thanks to Misha, I can sell it with a clear conscience because I am only getting 50% of its purchase price. I'm also going to sell, and this hurts me a little bit, the White Western Star. Now, the reason for this is I want a medium logging truck, and I thought about using the White Western Star again as a basically towed powered trailer, effectively, but I've decided there's a better option for me, and I'm going to buy that better option. And I'm going to fund that purchase, even though I've got plenty of money, I'm going to fund that purchase by trading in a couple of other trucks. The Caterpillar is in storage, ready to go and do medium logging, but I want to tow something else behind it, and it's a Russian truck, or it's a non-US truck. I'm not sure what the provenance is of the real thing, but we are going to buy a Voron. Now, I've already got the Voron Grad, but unfortunately the Grad can't take the medium log add-on, but the AE can. So I'm going to buy a Voron AE, and I'm going to use it as my medium logging, basically powered trailer, to tow behind the cat on a tow rope, and then that's 2 units of medium logs to deliver at a time using that big cat. So I'm going to purchase it. I won't bother deploying it here, and then now we'll go straight back to Wisconsin, Black Badger Lake garage, and deploy it there. So that's going to be an additional cost of $3,000, $3,500. So now we've just financed and bought a truck. Customize, and we're going to get it set up for logging. So I've already got a medium logging add-on. I'm going to give it the highest snorkel I can because it's silly not to. Spare wheel looks like that takes off the logging add-on, so obviously not going to do that. I'm going to splurge on a winch just because you always want the advanced winch on every truck. So one of those. I've got a raised suspension in stock, which means I must have picked that up off the map, but not actually purchased the vehicle. So I'll just put that in and sell the stock one. So we've got raised suspension. That means we can then put on 50-inch tires. And I am going to go for the MHS 2s. I think they're my preferred choice out of all of these. So that's another 7,400. Then gearbox. I probably do want to put an off-road in it. I don't know how much I'll actually drive it versus tow it, but I can afford it. So I'm just going to put another off-road in it. Sell one of those, recoup a bit of cost. And then engine. Looks like I've got a 290. Looking at the stats here, both of the bigger engines are B- for fuel consumption, A for durability. So I think I'll buy the more powerful one, which makes me an S+ power to weight. It probably means I may as well just sell that if I'm never going to use it, and sell one of the stock. Go for the stock engines. Then we'll have a look at, is there anything? I don't think this has a fuel option, so it's just a case of Fog lights. There's no roof rack for fuel. Quite like the attack angle on that heavy duty pipe front bumper. Fog light is not bad either, mind. Heavy duty pipe. Probably give me some engine protection. Anything I want on MISC? Don't care about beacons, air conditioners, horns, searchlight. Yeah, why not? Don't care about sun visors anyway. Exhaust. So the stock one looks like it's out of the bottom of the chassis. And then there's a muzzle or slant cut. But yeah, I prefer the exhaust to come out the bottom, really. Just from a visibility perspective. And then we'll have some wheel nuts, please. And then, what's the DLC? Colour. No, not bad. Pretty colourful, isn't it? What's the other options? What's the two tones look like? Quite like that, actually. Quite different. Yeah, we'll use that. Leave the garage. Lights on. Oh, hello, that's too bright. What? Really? That's probably the searchlight that I bought. Alright, straight back in. That's coming off. That's too bright. Okay. It's dazzling me and I'm not even in the cab. Uninstall that. I won't sell it because it might not have been that. It might have been the roof rack. Yeah, it's still a bit bright, but not as bad. That searchlight was a bit over the top. Okay, that's tolerable. Because generally you're not looking at white buildings. That's definitely amplifying the effect. So that's that one. It's got a fairly small fuel tank, but it's never going to be going out on its own, really, I don't think. A lot more expensive than just buying myself a trailer, but I want to use the cat for logging. Next, we're going to go back into the garage. And the Azov is in here. So the Azov needs reconfiguring into long logging mode. Don't think I need to make any other changes to it for that. So we'll take the Azov out, and the Azov needs to buy a long logging trailer. Unfortunately. So that's another 14,000 I'll have to pay out. Not that one. Log carrier rear. That one. 14,000. That's the Azov equipped for long logging. And I probably will just use the Azov crane to load all the logs. What's my fuel like? Empty. Good. Because the next thing is back in the garage. And now we're going to deploy the cat. So that's another 3,500. So I've just chewed through about 50 grand. Even allowing for the fact that I sold 2 trucks. But we've now got the cat. Now it's got some fuel in that add-on because it was being used in a Muir. And it was only parked near the Amur garage. So I've just put it in storage off camera before starting the episode. So hopefully that's close enough. And try and get as much of this fuel out as I can. So my fuel carrier into the cat, into the Azov. Yeah, that's still 500 litres of fuel. I'm not just deleting 500 litres of fuel. Oh, it has a $2,000 value, doesn't it? 500 litres of fuel. It just feels wrong to delete it. I'll tell you what I can do. I happen to know that the force is going to be needed in this corner at some point. So I'll drive the force up there real quick and I'll see you guys up there. Right, so that's the force filled up. Cat, how much have you got left? 40 litres left. That's not too bad. I can tolerate that. I can delete $80 worth of fuel. Let's get this set up for medium logs. Not really done much with this cat. You get it in Alaska. I've used it as a fuel bunker. Not really as much else. A big, interesting looking thing to drive though. Similar configuration to something I have driven in the real world. I mentioned before the Volvo BM dumper trucks have the same type of configuration, the ones I was driving in the 90s. So, cat, customize. I am going to put the log carrier. So I've never bought this before. So that's another $7.5 grand. And I am going to lose those 40 litres of fuel. Accept that. I am going to purchase it. It is only usable for the current truck. But I've now got what people tell me is a pretty good. Do I need the bigger engine? Let me know. Makes a big difference to fuel economy. C+ to C-. Do I need the bigger engine? I'm going to chuck it in. If I feel overpowered, or if you guys tell me that I didn't need it, I'm also going to do the advanced special gearbox. Yeah, that's it. Let's go. Funny thing is, I'm not going to use it right away, but I just wanted the yard to show the logging configuration that I intend using for this map and going forward into other maps. Although I suspect for a Muir I might have another attempt at using the Antarctic. I didn't do great with that in Cola, but I didn't really give it a chance for me to learn. But that is my logging setup. Long logs with the Azov with the crane, and that crane will also be used to load the medium logs, and medium logs with the yellow cat and the yellow and red Voron AE. And I think that Voron AE is worth the money because I think it'll do a lot better than the White Western Star would have done and give me a much better chance at doing good work with logs. So we're going to switch into the Azov to start with, and probably then the first thing I want to do is, I had a look through these earlier. Is it contribution to farm restoration? Yeah, so I'm at the garage here. There's a logging station that's got 2 lots of long logs, 2 lots of medium logs. And that contract requires 2 lots of longs taken to the farm that's pretty close by. So the first job, down there with the Azov, pick up a load of long logs and take them to this farm. So let's activate that one and we'll let it track. And then I intend, even though I haven't got a use for the medium logs immediately, I'm going to get the 2 lots of medium logs out of this site so that I know that site is drained before my last trip in there with a crane. So it's pitch dark, but let's get a bit of cab view and get down to that logging camp. Now I'm going to have a little look again on the map. What's my best route to that logging camp? I kind of feel like I probably could cross country it if I was feeling mad, but I'm not particularly feeling mad. So is it down and around? There was a trail here-ish that looked like it would come across to that logging camp. Let's try that. I also need to check what suspension mode I'm in. It should be high. I don't know if going in the garage resets it though. Yeah, it was set to low. Okay, and then we'll get moving. I'm going to repeat the pattern of this. Basically, from what I can see, there's long and medium logs to do on Black Badger Lake, and I'll repeat the pattern of using the Azov to load up the medium logs. When all the medium logs are done for a particular logging camp, then the Azov can do the long logs from that camp and then move on. But I'll leave it until the mediums are all loaded. Coming into daylight, it's useful. So there's this trail here. I've never actually driven down it, but it looks like it goes in the direction of the log camp. So let's try it. I chose not to do the Aramatsu on this map, just for variety really, just to mix it up a little bit. I do like the Aramatsu as a crane, but as a log transport vehicle it's really slow. So I thought rather than deploying it here, we'll try the Cat plus Voron option. It's the trail going that way. And if we can do it, we'll come out here and swing around that water tower, watching for tree stumps as we go. And then there is kind of, it looks like a wadeable route. So, logs onto the loading platform, long logs, 1, 2, 3. And then crane mode. Legs down. Not used the logging crane for a while. I've got to remember the controls. Obnoxious radio. Small movements on the rotate because it's pretty fierce. Right. 2. That wasn't quite so bad. Fill the crane, pack the cargo, and then I'm going to try this wading route, and I've got to deliver this to the farm where I took the oversized cargo in the previous episode. What's my best route? Straight through the garden. More or less see a straight line right through that garden. And I'd say this fence needs replacing anyway, right? It's waterlogged. No chance of that fence not being any good. That's a pretty short delivery. I think that might be the shortest log delivery I've ever done. Cargo, long logs. First lot done. And then back, get in position for the second lot, but we'll bring the medium trucks down to load those up before we leave with the long logs. I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to use logs in the sawmill to deliver to make enough wooden planks. I need some wooden planks for this contract and others. I want to try this wading route because it kind of looks like there's a trail out into this flooded bit, and I'm hoping that there's enough trees. I'm already regretting that decision. Try a little bit of help, but there are some trees to pull by. Save me turning around in a logging camp with this trailer on, because we all know how they go. They go turtle side. Yeah, not bad. Maybe I went too far in. Maybe there was a route further out. I was just playing it safe by staying close enough to the trees to get some help. But it worked. That radio's horrible. That's going to make me grumpy. Map, and switch now into the cat, and we're going to bring them both down. Cat to the Vorongrad. And then I'll take it, while it's empty at least, I'll take it without starting the engine on the Vorongrad. The Voron AE, not Grad. But yeah, while it's empty, I'll take the AE unpowered. And then when I need it, I can turn the engine on and it'll give me some help. My all-wheel drive on. The only problem with not running the Voron's engine is that I won't have any braking. And I'm on a fairly tight tow rope because I know I'm going through some rocks, but... And then that's another thing for me to be aware of. Okay, this cat doesn't wade very well because it doesn't have a snorkel, which I do find a little bit strange, but... let me get that into low with a diff lock. I don't actually know where I'm going to take these medium logs just yet. But I want to empty out. I know I need medium logs somewhere, and I'm going to empty out that log station while I'm there with a crane. This cat gives you a feeling of confidence. Nothing will stop it. And this was highly recommended as the medium logging truck of choice if you've got any off-roading to do. I guess its only real constraint or restriction is that it can't attach a normal logging trailer. So you have to tow... You have to either do single trips in the cat or tow something that you can jump into the cab of to unload them. And then, like I say, no wading or capability of note because there's no snorkel on it. Pretty sure there'll be mods to put a snorkel on it though. Alright, drop a rope there. Get the cat loaded first. Change. medium logs onto the loading platform, please. Start the engine, frame mode. Yeah, I need to grab that one again to get the front end of it in. Right, let's try that. Restore the crane, pack the cargo. Turn my engine off. I just want to make sure before I move that Voron can pack its cargo. Yes, it can. So now I'm going to change back again, now that I know it can pack, and we're out of here. And that is the last lumber to load here. I've obviously got to drive the other two out, but we'll get these long logs delivered first. And I think what I'll probably do is deliver all of the logs that are needed first. And then look to do all of the wooden planks separately. Right, so that's the logs, and then this needs 6 lots of wooden planks. On the map, there's 2 wooden planks I can take from that framing, but I would need to bring, that's the reason that I brought the Force over, when I wanted to get rid of some gas. So I'll probably go up there in the Force to get those 2, and then the other 4, although there are some wooden planks down here near the quarry, I'm assuming I'll be able to use those down south. So the other 4 are almost certainly going to come from this sawmill. So I'll have to take logs into the sawmill for that. So I'm going to leave, that's why I'm going to leave wooden planks till last. So the other contracts, just to be clear here as well, I've finished Green Lake Paper Mill completely. Restoring the tracks needs wooden planks. So that's another reason that I think I might end up using those wooden planks down there. And then train departure is beams, spare parts and fuel. But from a logging perspective, Fallen Titans, that's Sequoia, I'm saying that wrong, but Sequoia trees, which is all Grainwoods River, large crane, 5-slot cargo in a normal sideboard bed trailer. So that's logging but not using a logging trailer. There's the one we're already on, which is just 6 planks to this site. There's delivery to the weather station, and some of you may remember that early on I was like, there's a trail here that looks like it's a very deliberate trail up to something. Well, that's a delivery point for the weather station. So that's down south, but I need planks, long logs. I can get the logs from here for that one. Weather station only needs 4 planks, but again I'm going to have to make some of those from the sawmill, so I'll do that one later. But just mental note, that one needs 1 medium log. Rail trail needs 2 medium logs into the railway station plus long logs, and I can get long logs from various places near the railway station. But mental note, because I'm trying to work out what to do with these 2 mediums that I just picked up. And then house in the south, medium logs and planks. And then the house in the north. So, okay. House in the north is this one. And it needs long logs, not mediums. So the nearest thing that needs these mediums is the railway station. And then the next thing I need to do for mediums is probably gather them up and take them to the sawmill to turn into planks. So I'm quite happy now to jump into the cat, drag the Voron, and get these around to the railway station and know that I'm not wasting my time and going in the wrong direction. So we will do the rail trail and we'll activate it. 2 lots of medium logs into there. As Ob can stay where it is, we'll do more long logs in the next episode, probably. So I know that I've driven this trail before. Yeah, live a little. Let's do that. So into the cat, bit more of a tip hazard, but well. So right side to right side. All-wheel drive is on. Diff lock is currently off because we're in auto and we'll see how we do. Try and steer a bit wide, although it's got a steering... It's got a turning circle of a aircraft carrier. But I think it looks cool. I like that. Let's maybe try and get a screenshot of that. Like that. That was a good quick photo opportunity there, but that was a good picture. That's the thumbnail for the episode. So the question there is, how many of you recognise that that was a Voron AE and thought to yourself, oh, he's bought a Voron? I'm pleased with the purchase so far. Obviously it's early days. It just feels like a pretty capable off-roader that can take medium logs, and I didn't have many of those. I suspect the Tega B in the long run would be the better option for that job, but the AE is doing alright at the moment. It's not massively expensive either, so although I sold a couple of trucks to finance it, it wasn't a particularly expensive purchase. And at the moment, I'm not running the Voron's engine. So at the moment, it's also acting as a second fuel tank for the Cat. If I can get away with not using its engine, then great. Engine stalled, so I've got to put the tow rope back on. I'm going to call that Voron a grad so many times. Editor is going to be cursing me. There's one site on this map where there's an infinite supply of medium and long logs. I think it's the one that's showing up there in the middle of the screen at the moment. But it's not a particularly easy spot to get to, and I think it's not necessary. I don't think I need it. And then all of the things that I just checked out on that contract page, I think all of the proper logging, as in this type of logging, is on this Black Badger Lake map. And I think the only logging activity on Grainwoods is the Sakura trees. So we're going to be staying on this map. Oh, stopping. Alright, I will at that point turn the engine on. Look. Might end up getting a push from the Voron. There we go. Got moving again. Lights on. Coming into dusk. So yeah, I'm going to complete Black Badger Lake entirely so that I have no reason to come back here at all once I continue Grainwoods. But I don't think it'll take too long to do the logging because Apart from having to haul logs to make planks, it seems like there's plenty of spots near the destinations to pick logs up from, so there's not a lot of running around long distance haulage of logs, which is pretty cool of them. Engines back off because we're in easier terrain for the cat to cope with. And I think this cat will do fine just going around the edge of that lake that I avoid on some trucks because they get stuck, but apart from the fact that it's water, I suppose. I feel like a little bit of cab time. It's pretty cool, isn't it, the cab on this? It's one of the better cab views. Alright, so we're going to tread carefully because of drowning risk. Oh, it actually did it take water damage then, or did it hit a stone? Keep left a bit. I'm almost certainly going to install a mod that's been mentioned in comments. I didn't do it before recording this episode, but I should have done. Is the no clip camera mod or something along those lines that would get rid of the camera jankiness for me. And I think that is a quality of life thing that I need. But it does... what's the correct phrase for it? It's no longer vanilla. If I've installed a mod, it's an impure save. But quality of life mods I use quite a lot in games. I feel a little bit sad sometimes that you have to install a mod to fix what is effectively a developer bug, but what can you do? I don't actually dislike mods. In Farming Simulator, in Satisfactory, in Space Engineers, I quite often use mods. Not all the time, but quite often. And I don't have a problem with them as a principle. I think I just have a... In the early days of some games that I played, you wouldn't get any Steam achievements if you installed mods on certain games. And I'm thinking Skyrim and Fallout 4, those sorts of games. But I don't know whether that's a universal thing or whether it's even still relevant. Right, handbrake on, engine off. The Warren's still running. Okay, so cargo, medium logs delivered, and then change truck, engine off, cargo, medium logs delivered. And then this site needs 4 lots of long logs, which is going to be very close. There's 2 lots there and 2 lots there. So that's almost certainly going to be where I'll get the long logs in the Azov. So I'm going to carry on with logging in the next episode. We're going to bring the Azov and do the long logs for this contract, and then we'll see about what's next. But I am going to wrap this episode here. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the episode. I hope to see you again in the next one. But in the meantime, thank you and goodbye.